Hey everybody, it's Curse, and today I'm going to bless you with a really special 2000 corruption showcase. So a while back I shared my static ground, static orb build guide, and since then we've had two major patches, and 0.9 introduced some minor nerfs as well as some buffs to the build. And in the meanwhile, my buddy Gnasherrr took this build, was blessed by RNGesus with one of the best, if not the best, fracture crowns on the server, and crushed his way all the way up to corruption 2050. Let that sink in. 2050 corruption. How did he get there? Well, during one of my Twitch streams, I invited him to showcase his build and to explain exactly how he got there. Because I have not heard of any other build going anywhere near 2000 corruption in online mode. But keep in mind, this is not a build that you can just pick up and put together overnight. This is a build that you have to invest a ton of time into. Just getting that perfect fracture crown requires a ridiculous combination of RNG. You might invest 6 months of farming into it and still not have it. Anyways, huge thanks to Gnasherrr for walking us through his build, because I think it's a really cool showcase of what you can do with perseverance and dedication. And I'm not going to be posting last Epoch videos for a while because I'm switching over to D4. So I'm very happy to bid you farewell for the next little bit with an update on one of my favorite builds in the entire game. Anyways, let's jump into it. Irashaimase! So Gnasherrr here's he's running a static ground build, and he's got it up to 2000 corruption. So I wanted to see what 2000 corruption looks like. Because for me, it'll take me a decade to get there.
I think it's probably no difference from like it's 800 or something. It's just higher damage. That's about it.
Let's check it out. I want to see one of those movement speed nodes modifiers.
Oh yeah, I've done triple speed modifiers before. So let me stream my screen right here.
Okay. So can you walk us through the build real quick first?
Yes. So what I did to the build is basically the gearing didn't really change. I'm still using your build basically for gearing wise. I guess the only modification I've done is for the idle slot. I'm no longer running the 2x2s. Since this actually running the ornate, the 4x1s is actually more armor and more mana.
Nice.
And just bunch of random mana idols 1x1s everywhere else. And so yeah, that netted me 150 more mana or so, something like that.
1600 mana is impressive, man. Nice.
Yep. And now yeah, boots are just for fixing res. So ideally I want to run a purple boots, the Solarium, but it's kind of hard to fix the the fizz res, poison res, and necrotic res. So I'm just using this. And in terms of rings, it's pretty easy. Just mostly just care about suffixes. Strength is nice on the prefix, but you just can't. It's not that easy to get them. Having all these suffixes and also having the prefix is just sometimes it's too much to ask for. So most of my both my rings are just like kind of blank on the prefix, kind of blank, but sometimes not completely. But tier 1 minion house, my work on the totem and whatnot. But yeah, so on the belts, just basically what you have. I think it's just the only
nice
one tier that's not best in slot is the lightning damage. I guess that one could be damage over time. That would be a best in slot, I guess, in that case. Or maybe some cooldown reduction here and there. Yeah, that's actually my my plan in the future. But right now, the relic spot is running stone carved.
Nice, 2 LP stone carved.
Yep, I actually found 2, and this one is a low roll. This one was the first one I found.
61 mana, yeah.
Man, just stamp a tier 6 mana on it. And I found another higher roll one, but that one was unfortunately a fail. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Right here, this one. This one was a much higher roll. I mean, it's like 20 more mana or whatever. But he only rolled a tier 5 mana.
What were you trying to do? Tier 7 endurance?
Yeah, I was trying to put a tier 7 endurance on it so I can actually run more cooldown reduction on the bell slot. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
That makes sense. Cooldown
Or
is damage.
actually or potentially run more mana, like a higher mana row on the glove spot.
So what is
Hmm.
your endurance threshold then with all that?
I'm at 949.
Nice.
949, yeah. So not too much. I did the math actually. My ideal damage mana percentage is actually about 89%. So that's the best for anti one shot. But
Okay.
obviously it's pretty hard to get there.
Is it capped?
Yeah,
Do you
so
know if it's capped? Because
it's not actually.
so you can
I
get
think
to
it's
100
yeah.
then. That would be so
Yeah,
silly.
you can go to 100, but there's not much point in go to 100 because at that point
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
not losing health, but like you might as well use your health as a
yeah,
resource because
yeah.
it's a low life build anyways.
And you
But
have
yeah, I
life
mean,
leech, so
yeah, and yeah, so the
this is
crown
a
is
godly
the one you
crown.
saw. Yeah, pretty good crown. I was just
Oh
missing
my
a little
god.
criminality. Could have been more damage, but not really a huge concern here.
It doesn't do. It doesn't add damage for static ground anyway, so it doesn't matter.
The spell crit multiplier doesn't do anything. Wow,
Because it
didn't know
says
that.
spell. If
Uh-huh.
it was like crit strike multi, it would add.
Hmm.
But it says spell, so it
Ah,
doesn't make a difference.
that's interesting because I tested this node on the passive actually does do more damage.
For the static ground, for the stuff that
Yeah.
stays on the ground.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you go to character screen? Let me see if that changes your crit multi
Uh,
or if it.
it only shows on
No, it
the
doesn't show it.
regular crit multi. It doesn't show the spell crit multi actually. I
That
can
makes
actually
no
probably
sense because
just
I'm pretty sure I tested
uh
it and it wasn't helping.
yeah,
Or at
I
least
can
the
probably
wording
just
was
test
in
that
such a
real
way.
quick.
Maybe
Yeah.
they've
Because
changed it.
yeah, I know this node, the node on the inside orb doesn't do anything, but
Okay.
yeah, I can maybe I will just
Let's
test
do
that
some
real quick and
science.
just
Yeah. Let's
Mhm.
test it.
Yep. So I removed Stonecarve just to have less shock chance, so just slightly more consistent when I test.
Okay.
I like to do that, but let's see. This is
1.1.
1.1. Let
Holy
me just
crap.
stand here. Yeah, 1.1. Yeah, I'm doing a tier. Yeah, I'll get to that later. But 1 mil per tick, and let's
Nice.
try. What was it? Did that have shock by any chance? 2 shocks. So yeah, about that. Okay, let me remove the points.
Okay.
Uh, uh, okay, so this should technically do a lot less damage now. Actually, I'll do this, and I'll put the points back. You see? That's okay.
Huh.
So 90, 900k.
Yeah.
So
That's definitely
let me put
worse.
let me put the points back in and cast at the same spot. Yep. See, it's
Very
doing something.
interesting.
Yep.
Nice.
So
Okay.
I think on the crown it will actually work. We can actually probably test that out as well because I have a perfect crit multi crown to test.
But do you have the same mana percent?
Oh, it's
29.
roughly about the same. This one's
Yeah. Let's test
1.1.
that.
It's much
Let's
higher.
test
Yeah, it's
that.
like slightly higher only. So yeah,
Yeah.
it should be okay. So let's see. Let's stand here.
We're gonna watch 2000 corruption in a sec.
Okay, 1.3
It does
mil.
add. It does add damage. Okay.
Yep.
They
So
fixed
let's
it.
cast
It
again.
used to not help.
Yep. It does. That definitely does help. So yeah, I think it's it's definitely preferred to have a higher, but it's
Okay.
slightly more damage, but not too important here. But yeah, all the crowns they've crafted here. So yeah, and other than that, the wands are still basically what you have in your planner. This one is pretty nice. I think it's also in your planner, it's best in slot, kind of.
That is epic.
Yeah, just missing the clings, or actually no, the extra flamor charge. That's the only thing that's missing.
And you even have the 1 FP for doubling it.
For doubling, yeah. In case I need to get to that, maybe if I find like
Yeah.
a crazy unstable core or something, that could
Yeah.
be a thing. Yeah,
That would be
that could be a
nice.
thing. Yeah, so here I'm running extra endurance just for the two-hander swap. But yeah, the gearing wise is not much different from your planner. But I
Sweet.
guess the main modification I've done is on the I guess on the passive side because I know because I want to push corruption. It's not
Yeah.
because I want to farm at higher corruption. It's just that I want to take it as a challenge. So what I did is I figured out around like 1,000 corruption, that's when I started to feel like the melee playstyle was limiting me because I was playing the kiting playstyle more.
Yeah,
So what I
that
was
makes sense.
so instead I actually swapped out the mana strike and the enchanted weapon for focus and snap race. So this is just I actually tried out a couple skills for this lot, but I ended up using this for just for crowd control in general.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to not play the melee style play style, I also had to change the static orb trait from
Right, you took
from
out
down
the
here,
explosion
yeah,
one.
the stone burst to have more ramp. And actually, this spec is not the spec for maximum damage. If I want to do maximum damage, I would actually take out this node and put 3 points here. It will
Mm-hmm.
be actually much more damage. I'm losing about, let's say at that distance, I'm losing about a mil ish damage per tick
Wow.
on the charge ground. Yeah, but it is. I don't even mind losing that much damage just because this is so much more utility just for
Right.
sniping stuff and even like across elevation. So much better for sniping stuff. Much better for long range snipe or like you want to kill something that it's really high threat. So yeah. That's what I did with that. And in terms of snap race, this is just the lowest cooldown version of snap race
Right.
and some extra armor here and there. Pretty standard, but there's an added feature of enabling the cheese sort of where you can have swap
Permafreeze.
some cooldown reduction on and have a permafreeze on bosses that doesn't have stun immunity and whatnot.
Okay.
And in terms of focus, you just regular negative mana. This is just how because since I'm not running mana strike anymore, the build will change this flavor. So I don't have a way
Right.
to sustain my mana anymore. So I
Yeah.
definitely whenever I run out of mana, I need to quickly use focus. So basically that's the whole purpose of this. And I'm actually running a bunch of chill chants in here, and it's just along with some passive trees, just more damage reduction. I could most of the time when I'm using this, I'm getting chased down by melee stuff. So
Okay.
armor is actually more important than this AD damage reduction. But yeah, that's for the skill setup. I guess for passive, uh, not much change, but I would like to have more health. But I could definitely do not have the all the endurance threshold and. So I opted into more intelligence, just so when I use focus, there's more armor, and
Hmm.
also because I'm not running the purple boots anymore, so I'm missing fire res from the boots. So I
Okay.
did,
So just to cap it.
yeah, just to cap it. And other than that, this one point is actually kind of interesting. You can just use it to proc shock chance or proc shock and whatnot. So it's just a one pointer. It has a 5 second cooldown, so it's pretty much in line with your free cast. So it's just a one pointer here. And other than that, I opted in like full survivability here. Just a bunch of chill chance, avalanche. This one has actually saved me a lot of
Huh.
times. Just
That's neat.
when you're playing the kiting style play style, yeah, like if something chunk you and it's like you don't have to react to it and it's automatically frozen. So
Why are
it's
you
pretty
going
nice.
for crit chance on the left there?
Crit chance, yeah, it's I just I would go into this. This is actually roughly around the same damage as actually just putting intelligence points
Mm-hmm.
into this. I think
Yeah, yeah.
just have int is enough. It's roughly enough, and also int has the benefit of giving me more armor when I use focus. So I just if I can't even tell the difference between the damage, I might as well just have more defense, right? So that's
Yeah,
why
that's fair.
I actually opted out of this and went into full intelligence. And the crit chance is just a slight extra because I know I don't care about crit chance, but it's just it's
You
just to
just
have
want
to
the int.
put intelligence somewhere.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm maxed out all of these, so might as well put points in here. So it's just a place to dump the points, I guess.
Nice.
And all the other stuff are pretty standard. I guess I did reduce 1 point from here, but it's
Yeah, yeah,
pretty
yeah.
standard stuff. Yep. So
Nice.
that's pretty much the build. Yeah. I mean, so I guess you
Can
want
you
me to
show me
just.
the tick
Uh-huh.
DPS with the staff? I want to see the tick
Oh
DPS with the
yeah.
staff.
Okay.
Oh man,
Sure.
that's gonna be sweet.
Yep.
Can I see the staff
So
first, actually?
that stuff is yeah. This one I
Okay.
actually kind of messed it up because I forgot to reroll the implicit
Ah,
and the actual affixes. So this could have been a way better stuff, but
It's not bad.
I wasn't paying attention. I was upgrading the sound chance for some reason, but
Yeah.
that's not a big deal. So yeah, I can show you the ticks on artillery is
So is
around.
that 1.8?
Yep, 1.8 ish.
Is that because of the distance? Is that ramp up?
Yeah, that's the ramp. Yeah,
Holy crap.
yeah. So playing the ranged playstyle, actually you have more damage potential. But
Yeah, that makes sense.
at point blank, you have like slightly
Okay.
less damage
Yeah,
than
yeah.
a storm burst. So it kind of it's like when you're sniping, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're fighting boss, it's like around it's the same, roughly the same. But yeah, so for the staff, I think it's
3
2.8.
mil.
Yeah, 2.8.
What?
Yeah, but
That is
if
ridiculous.
I have the full 3 points in the over here and not having this, the take will be for over 4 mil actually.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Why is it? Is it? How does it work? Like
So
it
yeah,
shouldn't be.
actually, yeah,
It doesn't
the way it
add
works
up.
is it's kind of bugged, I think. 'Cause having this point in here, just nothing else has changed. Just having this point here is actually losing your damage at the same
Huh.
place. So like quite a bit actually, not quite a bit. I would say around 5% less. But this 30% damage ramp is huge. I think it's just like it
Yeah.
might be exponential scaling or something like that. Like it just at distance, at max distance, the damage difference is just crazy.
Maybe because
But
it travels even slower with the third point, and so
yeah,
maybe
it could be that.
maybe it
It could
looks
be
at
that. Also,
travel
this
time.
will make the trajectory curved. So
Right, right, right.
I was thinking maybe it's because of the curved nature of it, so it changes the way the distance is calculated.
Hmm.
So it's
3 mil
supposed to
is
cover,
crazy though.
if it's a straight line, it should cover a longer distance, but now
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
curved. In the x axis, it's like shorter. Maybe that's
Hmm.
why it says doing less damage. That's my theory, but I don't know.
Weird bugs probably. Let's
Yep.
check the
But,
gameplay now. I'm curious how it looks. 2000 corruption. Which timeline did you pick?
I actually farm just all Lagoon actually.
Oh,
Like a lot of echoes down, but most of them are in Lagoon timeline, I think.
so
So here,
2028 corruption, 2235 echoes completed.
yep, it's pretty
1000
no
shock
life
chance.
farming here.
Oh my god. That is hilarious. Look at the
Yep.
show me the move speed. Is there a move speed one you can find?
Move speed. Yeah,
Move
it's
speed and damage
let's
node.
see.
280
Yeah, it should
damage.
be. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it should be somewhere around one
1000%
140%.
crit chance.
Yep. Well, yeah, 10,000. And shock chance is also 10,000. It's pretty hilarious. The armor shred is also getting pretty high. Like this single
550
damage,
physical.
550. Yeah,
So you just never get hit because if you get hit, you're dead.
no. I can still get hit because my
Holy crap.
EHP is actually up there, so I can
Nice.
I can still get hit once or twice. Because earlier today I actually run a double 500% fizz damage thingy,
And
and
you
it was
still
fine. Okay, I found it.
survived.
I found one. So
162.
160%.
Let's get one of
Yep.
those.
Okay, sure. Let's. We have to travel that direction first.
Can you imagine stacking 6 of those? 900% movement speed.
Oh yeah, I stacked 3. That's the maximum I have seen, and at that point, the mobs are actually, I think their AI update rate is not fast enough, so they will overshoot. So they'll be fast enough. They try to get to you, but they'll always overshoot, and it will be kind of laggy. They're like drifting around. That's what it
That's
feels
hilarious.
like, actually. Yeah, it's hilarious. So yeah, I mean it's mostly
Okay.
I'm playing range now, so like.
Very kitey.
Snap freeze for car control, yeah, it's like mostly really far away from the mobs.
And you just get them
What I
to
usually
go into
play
your
like.
damage area.
Yep, and I kite them into it. Let's see. Yeah, but it's really not that much different, I would say. But it's just that I guess the modifiers are getting pretty crazy. And
Yeah, I
also
mean the damage.
yeah. Also the rarity from the defensive mods, like all the tankiness mods, they actually don't scale that well. So or do not scale at all. So like it's really annoying to pick them. So like because they will make the boss fights a lot longer,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they
yeah. I
don't
hate
really
those
give
as
you
well.
any rarity, like for like say shade fights or whatever. So it's really annoying on that. I think
45 all
the
res, and it probably gives just a tiny bit of rarity, right?
yeah, a very tiny little bit. Yeah, it's like probably like
That's no
20% or
good.
something like that.
That's no good.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
you
but
try to not
mhm.
use your mana, hey? I'm noticing you're
Yeah,
not using your
yeah,
mana.
it's mostly for surviving. I will occasionally dip into one to two casts into my mana, but most of the time I try to play it on my cooldown just for the maximum EHP all the time because eventually I'll get chunked and when I get chunked I if I cannot find a safe spot to use focus I won't have any mana back. So it's basically I don't have any sustain. So if
Oh,
if a mana is low then I just can't get it back if I'm in trouble. So that's why I guess I usually just try to play around cooldown. But obviously it
nice.
depends on the modifier. So if it's like no damage mods, I can probably get away with just try to spam orb and use focus
Yeah.
whenever I go negative.
Hey, Gnasherrr. Oh,
Uh-huh.
Wheezy wants to know, are you planning on doing a ladder push with this build? I think you could go really
Uh,
far.
for arena,
Yeah, yeah,
I
arena.
think this build might not actually be the most optimal for arena because the clear, as you can see, is not really great because either you dip into your basically your HP pool to
Yeah,
cast
yeah.
spells, which costs tons of mana, or you use free cast, which is around like 5 second cooldown. So the clear isn't great, so which will be a problem in arena, I think.
But
So
every
maybe the
five
melee
waves,
version is slightly better, but
maybe.
oh no. Hmm.
Try them. I think you could go really far with the
Yeah,
items that you have and the setup that you have.
yeah, it's possible. Yep.
I feel like if you just run it one time, as is right now, you could probably easily do like 700 without even trying, without optimizing your playstyle. Just
Uh-huh.
just your first try. I feel like you would be top 5 on the ladder.
Maybe
I
I can give that a try later. It just will take a long time to get to that much wave. Will take 2-3 hours in
I,
the one setting,
I agree.
probably.
It is
Yep.
so annoying.
Yeah,
That's
it
why I don't
is.
play
And
arena.
yeah, also the first like I would say like first few hundred waves are pretty easy. So like you'll get bored because there's no challenge.
I agree. It's brutal.
Yeah,
It's brutal.
so like so maybe at some point the difficulty will randomly ramps up and you're not even paying attention to it. So like you might just die just because you're kind of bored, not paying attention.
Yeah, that happens to me every time.
Yep. Oh, I just died.
You
Yep.
got one
That's
shot. Oh my god!
yeah,
I
I
was
got one
gonna
shot.
ask you.
Yeah,
Can you?
the spire does that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, was that a ally damage? Yeah,
That was
I'll
the
try to
ice
get this
spire.
knock just yeah, I'll actually yeah, the Wungari Spire is pretty scary. That
Do
one, yeah, at this corruption I actually noticed a lot of the monsters I thought was scary at lower corruption, they're not scary anymore. So like
right.
the stuff that are scary are the mostly the chargers that does damage immediately
Hmm.
on like for example this one. This one if it has a fizz damage mod, it will be very scary. And also some of the other stuff that's scary, for example, the new archers,
Hmm.
those have like no wind up attack animation. So and also their projectiles super fast. And so they're like pretty much like the most dangerous archer in the game. All the
Hmm.
other ones are pretty free, but those are really really scary. And yeah, some of the AoE stuff that shoots like a spire, some monsters that have attack like those are
Right.
also really scary. But like usually like people will hate like meteor mages and whatnot. Those are actually not. I found them not to be the most scary stuff at this corruption.
Wara wants to know, how does the loot compare at this corruption level? Hey, Wara,
I
by the
wouldn't
way.
say it's much better just because this build is actually it's good at pushing corruption, but it's not really good at farming it. It's like no, I can clear it pretty well. I can survive most of the time, but it's just that the speed is very slow, as you can see. I'm like
Hmm.
moving at turtle speed,
Well, I mean,
just
it's
trying to play
2000
safe.
corruption. There is no
Yeah,
no other build that can do 2000 corruption. I don't
I guess
think
that's a fair point. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen anybody doing 2000.
Yeah, I think maybe the pre-nerf flame rate can do it. But that one, is obviously abusing a bunch of bugs. So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, so that one probably doesn't even
Doesn't count,
compare in the same category.
and
Yeah,
it's not even doable anymore. That got bug fixed. So.
yeah. That did get nerfed.
And I think the highest one I saw on Reddit was like 1600 corruption with that build, something like that.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
don't think
because they
anybody.
probably just got bored and stopped trying. Yeah. Yeah, I
Can
was
you?
I wasn't haven't played that much recently to push corruption just because no one was really doing it other than me, so I wasn't really motivated to do it. But recently, I was kind of getting close, so I might as well do it. I thought.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Can you show me? Let
Hmm.
them hit you. Actually, finish the spire first because it's annoying.
Okay.
Kill the spire
Yep.
first, and then let's see. Let's see how much mana they take in one hit.
Oh, okay. You mean the spire shot,
No, no,
or
just
like
one of the
from these
enemies.
enemies?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it will chunk me for sure. Like with just one damage round, it will chunk me. You
Oh
see?
yeah. Oh, that's scary.
Yep. Yeah. That's scary. I know with these damage mods, I can usually tank a few hits. So that's why you see. That's why I don't really dip into my mana pool. Just like that kind of stuff would just randomly happen. So like
Yep.
I just yep. If I'm out of mana, I'm really screwed. And because of the focus cooldown is so super long, it's just it's how it is.
The chargers.
Yep, the chargers are usually the most scary stuff. But if they do not do damage immediately after the charge, they're not as scary.
Yeah.
So usually like the zealots, the Orsfix zealots, those are pretty scary because their charge just do damage. Once they get it off, they always do damage.
I expected you to be cheesing a lot more with the freeze, but I don't see you using the freeze too much.
Oh yeah, the freeze is mostly just to delay, and delay, and so I can actually get another cast off.
Okay.
That's the main functionality of it, and it's also for scarier echo bosses.
Can you
And
show
the actual
me?
cheese, yeah. You wanted me to show the cheese or the
No, no.
or,
I was gonna say, can you show me a Lagon fight? Can you kill Lagon here? Is it
yeah, I
doable?
can kill Lagon. Yeah,
With
but the
160% damage?
yeah, easily. I can kill him with 6 damage mounts.
Oh, let's see. Let's see. I want to
Because
see
I
this.
just played that fight. Yeah, I can. For example, I can put on this mod and kill him very easily.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
me
yeah.
try to put on the mod. See if I can actually not die this time. Uh, Something with damage maybe.
Your call.
Yeah,
I already
let's see
convinced you
what.
to put that nasty move speed one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Woro. How long did it take you to make that helmet? Because I think that is the
Oh yeah,
biggest addition
I
to
got
the
really
build.
lucky on that one. That was my first one LP, and
Oh my
first
god.
try. And at that, the base I used on that one is still the only tier 7 damage mana helm that I ever
Oh,
gotten.
dude.
So yeah, the only try that I had, and it slammed it. So I was really lucky there.
Nice.
So basically, this helm just carried me there, because without this damage to mana ratio, my
Yeah.
tankiness is just not even close.
It's you
Like
take double the
yeah.
damage
Yeah,
without that
yeah, basically,
tier
yeah.
7
I
in your
need
helmet.
it needs to be at least 70% basically. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
70% is already pretty hard to get to. Because the helm only gets you 50% and the chest piece, I guess, if you can run a tier 6, that's 22, tier 7 is a 30. So, you're pretty limited on how much you can get if you don't have the affix on your helm. Extra
Yeah.
affix.
So what are you at right now? Damage to mana?
77%, I believe. Yep.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, that's sometimes I still get one shot. That's where my damage mana ratio is enough. But for the most part, I feel like it's decent enough that I can get by. So I wouldn't maybe if I get a higher LP unstable core with a high mana roll, I'll try to slam a damage mana on it, like a higher tier
Yeah.
damage mana on it. That would be like the
The
best in
dream.
slot GG status item, I guess.
That's the one that rolls up to 120 mana?
Yeah, but the roll range is huge. The lowest
Yeah,
roll
yeah,
is a 10, I
10.
think. Yeah, so they try to balance it around that, I guess.
RNG item.
RNG added, indeed. I feel like all the really really good items are like that, like the helms, screwy helms, fracture crown. They're like all huge roll ranges.
I don't particularly love that, to be honest. Like I hate the one with
Yeah.
the Orion's Eye.
Oh yeah, that one's also huge. Yeah, and also they're super rare, and the Orient's huge. So I don't know how they make sense of it.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you're a casual player, you might get one of those in your entire
Mm-hmm.
playthrough, and
Mm-hmm.
then it's like, well, I got one and it was absolute trash.
Yep.
It's not a good feeling. So I wish they would change that. Orion's
Yep.
Eye, at least, like reduce
Yep.
that range a little bit. Make it
Yeah, I still
100
don't
to
have one.
110. Yeah, see, it's extremely rare. I have
I
exactly
swear,
one.
yeah, I still don't have one.
I have exactly one, and it's not that good. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I think it's like 80 mana or something when you're on the row.
I think so.
Hmm.
Not usable.
Yeah, this mob is very scary. The fire thing is, I think it's usually a one shot. These things are all zooming at me.
You think they'll let you trade stuff like Orion's when trade comes, Demon?
I think I read on the introduction post that supposedly if you get to the highest tier, you can actually uh maybe potentially sell unique items, but
Okay.
not legendaries though.
The chest
So
definitely drops more
mhm.
stuff, by the way. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
noticing
yeah.
that. The chest
Yeah,
definitely
that
is
definitely, yeah. Takes longer. Like even like it will take like 5 to 6 seconds for everything to drop sometimes. Yeah, it will.
the loot
It definitely,
pinata.
yeah, does something. Okay, no, I guess we can try to do that Lagoon. We can do that, and maybe I can show you a shade fight. But although a shade fight, I have to clear the mod if I actually want to play fair and square
Right,
a
you,
little
you
bit.
want to do the
Yeah,
right modifiers.
yeah. If I cheese him, then it's pretty free.
You're chunking him, dude.
Yep.
I guess he doesn't have
Yeah,
extra.
that's
Oh,
why
he
that's
has
why
all
I never
res.
I almost never pick health mods actually, because health mods whenever I fight bosses it just feels ultra bad.
Yep, it's true.
It will make the fight much longer, unnecessarily longer.
I don't
And
understand how you're
Mhm.
casting it over there and it still damages him.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
weird.
I'm pretty familiar with how the arena works. Basically, like his hitbox is basically like the like upper 60% of the platform is all his hitbox.
Yeah,
So like you can like pretty much throw the orb anywhere and it'll hit
I
for
didn't
the
know
most part.
that. There we
Yep.
go.
Yeah, I don't definitely the damage is pretty good, but not anything close to like a broken one shot
Right.
level
Well, I mean,
of
it's 200
damage.
corruption,
Mhm.
2000 corruption.
Yeah, also that.
You better not be able to one shot Lagon, right?
Yeah, I think with the bomb build, you are able to actually still add this corruption. I think if you do the ritual long enough, you can still one shot.
Which one?
The abomination build,
Oh, you think
where
so?
you well, yeah,
Didn't they
that's
nerf
that's
that?
one that was just nerfed. Yes.
After the nerf, you can't do it.
Yeah, you're no longer able to do it because previously I talked to someone who's very dedicated to that build, and he said on his panel on the dummy, the maximum damage it has ever seen is like 160 mil per attack.
What?
Yeah. So
That is
basically he said
ridiculous.
his damage got nerfed by 90% by this patch. And but it's still a lot of damage still after like getting nerfed 90%, to 10% of its original power. Still
Wow.
doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, I haven't tested that build yet.
Yeah, it's yeah, and also that build doesn't even require any items to do the damage. It's
Hmm.
just I guess the abomination level, skill level is the only thing that matters. Everything else pretty much is not a factor.
But it doesn't do anything in like the monos.
I kind of do. So you just basically have to prep it for a little bit, and then there's some glitch where you can actually just go back to end of time and avoid resummoning. And but usually even if you don't do that, you will last like 1 to 2 echoes just because it leech off the what you call it, the enemies.
Hmm.
So you can actually sustain its own health a little bit, even if it's getting decayed. So yeah, I mean, the boss fight is still free because I mean, Lagoon's probably, in my opinion, is probably one of the easiest boss
That did
in
look
this game.
easy, man.
Yeah, yeah,
It
but
really look
there are
easy.
some bosses that are way harder. I would say Herald is one of the bosses I found way more challenging.
Because you can't
But
take advantage of your distance damage, eh?
Yep. So do you guys want me to see me to fight Shade?
What are the chances of
Or
you killing it, do you think, with those extra damage bonuses? I
with
feel
the
like it's
extra
gonna
bonus
one-shot
damage,
you.
I have to choose him, basically.
How's that?
Do the permas down.
Oh, I
Use
see.
the cooldown
Okay.
reduction. But
Yeah, show me.
if I can fight him fair and square, but basically you have to do that.
He's gonna one-shot you, man. There's
Can't
no
have,
way.
yeah, I can't have any damage bounce basically.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, without any damage bounce, it's actually I can actually handle him just fine.
Should we do the cheesing
Anything else?
it with the freeze? Or should we try clearing all the mods and see fair and square? 1v1. Any votes? Cheese? Okay, we have 1 vote for cheese. Okay, let's see the cheese. Let's do it.
All right.
It's 2,000 corruption shade of Orobyss.
Yep.
Permafreeze.
Yep. He's I got him basically. He will never be able to move.
So you just chill? Just
Yep, I
relax and
chill.
enjoy?
Just relax, move back a little bit, just do tiny little bit more damage, and that's about it. That's the cheese. You can
Nice.
do this to almost all the bosses actually, but
Yeah.
I don't have to do it. I guess this boss is the only one that I kind of feel like it's actually beneficial to do it, just because the I don't have to clear the mods anymore.
Right,
But
right.
all the other bosses I can usually just fight fair and square, and it's really not a big deal.
I've heard of people doing this. How are you getting 10 stacks of shock?
I
Snap?
think it might be from the whatchamacallit, the one pointer from the mage tree that I mentioned earlier.
Oh, I see.
The our lightning or something.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like the 5-second cooldown one.
Just
Could be that one. Yeah.
Jake says that you're a pioneer. I agree. You're the first one to push 2,000 corruption. I'm pretty sure I have not seen 2,000 corruption.
Yeah.
So-
I've seen a single person, but I'm not sure if it's offline or not. He never actually shared the build details or anything. Just the screenshot of the corruption.
If it's a screenshot, that's extra sketchy.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't trust that. Ominous. Is it a good
Yep.
percentage?
It's probably okay. I have a whole bunch of omnis at this point.
What
Yeah,
has been his
that's
freeze
cheese, I
rate?
guess.
There's that one amulet as well that increases the duration, doesn't it? That set amulet?
Yeah, so you probably don't even need the full cooldown reduction gear. Yep. But that also you're gonna lose some damage, so it just
Yeah.
depends on how fast you want to do it, I guess.
Yeah. Can I see your amulet actually?
Yes, it's just actually that one's not that great. It's just
Yeah, this is not a good one.
I do have a 2 LP that's has a similar amount of mana, it's slightly less mana, but it has like code res, which is not really that important for me. So like that's why I'm not running it.
Right.
Like getting slightly more code res is not really a big deal.
Yeah, you gotta wait for that 1 LP Orion's Eye.
Yeah, In that case, I can do a lot of more stupid stuff. For example, running a plated gloves, which is the old engraved. So I can get away with running the endurance percentage on the glove spot and running block chance on this show. So I have even more.
Would you do block chance or like like Auras?
I think I would do block chance because that would just literally double the block part of things. Because a tier 7 block chance is like I think like 20-something%. So that will just it will become around 50% block chance, and I think that's a lot more damage reduction than having the all res. Because my res is pretty easy to, it's pretty well taken care of. I only needed a bunch of implicit and two sealed affixes basically, and there's no res anywhere else on the actual items. I mean, I guess there's poison res on here. That's the exception.
Nice.
But yeah, or I probably wouldn't run all res. I think it probably not worth it.
There's no endurance threshold?
There, I don't think so. Yeah.
There's
So
nothing else.
it's either block chance or block effectiveness or less damage taken on block. I think that would be the best options.
What about
Because
if you run block? You could switch it to block effectiveness blessing as well. What do you have in that blessing right now? Is it armor percent?
it is endurance threshold.
Oh, endurance. Oh, yeah, that has
Yeah,
to be endurance
you
threshold.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
If I actually run a relic with the like say a tier 6 or tier 7 endurance, I might be able to do that. But right now, I definitely cannot get away with
Yeah,
running
for
running
sure.
an endurance threshold.
I like going from tier 5 to tier 6, tier 7 endurance threshold is such a big difference. A
Yeah,
lot of items,
75,
tier 5 to tier
140.
7 is like 2x, but endurance threshold is like 2.5x.
Yeah,
Much
it's
bigger
really
difference.
sort of rewarding
Yeah. That is
on that.
that is a beautiful ring. Even though the prefixes are trash, like
Yeah,
suffixes
it
are
has
so good.
one relevant for prefix. 33% more health on your totem. Sort of relevant.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to see from chat? I love what I'm seeing. This is really cool.
Yeah, I found the only have one double mana idol, and it's not even that great. But
They're stupid rare, man.
these 12%ers make the idol slot a lot easier. Because I actually have two pretty good 2x2s, but as it turned out, they just they do around the same amount of damage as the mana just by itself. So why would you have this instead? Even if they're kind of like really, really high rolls.
Yeah,
really rare.
that's interesting.
But it just doesn't matter.
I didn't even test that because it feels like those.
Yeah, like
Maybe I tested. I don't think I tested
you
it.
can think about it. Yeah, this percentage is like almost 140%.
Yeah,
And just there's
should be
no
doing
way
it.
it shouldn't be higher than these, right? Like 4%, like
Yeah.
8% mana somewhere else. Like it just doesn't feel that you should be working like that, but it turned out it does. I guess
Yeah.
these flat mana does help. I guess there's like around 40 flat mana here.
42 max, I guess.
Yeah, 42 max, but I don't have that much. I think
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
around 40, 38, something like that.
Now I feel like I should revive my build. Unfortunately, I didn't get my 2 LP storm carved.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
that one was rough. I think I should show you my all my stone carver. I have a lot. I actually have a lot of 1 LPs left.
yeah,
For the
especially if
longest
you.
time, I was trying to. Yeah, these are the 2 pages full of stone carved. Actually, some of these are actually 1 LPs that I failed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and here are more. Actually, here are more that I failed. More 1 LPs that I did not manage to slam the right stuff.
Jeez.
Actually, that one is sort of useful, but not really. Yeah, the
I
2
have a
LP.
bunch of
Yeah.
1 LP that I can test tier 7 mana on. See if I can land it.
Oh yeah, I have more actually. I have a bunch more that I farmed recently. I just haven't got to them yet. All the 1 LPs.
Oh my god.
A full, yeah, like 15 of them or something.
Ah!
That's
And can you
dedication.
imagine? Can you imagine your rings if you add elemental damage over time, like tier 5 on both of them?
Oh yeah.
This build
It
has
would be
so much room to increase the damage even higher.
yes. But you probably don't even need it, because I'm literally stacking like 1/3 of my damage just for utility. So if I get like a +1 somewhere, like a plus 1 to all skill,
Yeah.
this single point is huge amount of damage. I can probably test it if I take out a point here and put it into here. It's probably will get me to around 3 mil per tick, I think.
The math
Yeah.
doesn't add up there. I'm so confused.
Yeah,
Like,
that doesn't really. That's why I suspect that it's actually exponential scaling on the distance. Yeah, or maybe
Interesting.
there's some double dip going on. Because the skill itself says that it has some kind of damage ramp, so I don't know how this is working. Maybe I definitely I suspect that it's some kind of exponential scaling.
Yeah, that must be it. Because the project speed's slowing down. What about that
Yep.
last node? Does that speed up the projectile?
It
See,
does.
yeah, that's a problem.
Uh-huh.
I think that projectile speed increase is probably taking down damage. I'm
It
guessing.
could be,
Though. I
it
have
could
no
be
idea.
calculated with that too. Yeah, I don't know how they implement the coding in there, but could be either distance or the speed or the time that it takes to travel to the destination or something. But yeah, if we do the math real quick, like what's 1.9 squared over 1.6 squared? I think that's roughly. That's
Zidios,
quite.
the gear is crazy good, man. Like that helmet,
Mhm.
it would take. You could play like 6 months and not get that helmet. It's
Oh
so
yeah,
much
for sure.
RNG based,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Yep. So I did the math. If it's squared, it will be the difference will be 40%. So that actually adds up. Because when I take out a point from here, my damage
Oh,
does
I
go
see what
from
you mean. Yeah.
roughly 3 mil, like 2.8, 2.9 ish to like 2 ish, 2.2, 2.1 ish per tick. So I think it should be some sort of exponential.
Let's test it. I'm
Or
curious, actually. Can you take one out of the
Mhm.
last that last point to the right, storm
So
artillery?
you want me to take out the artillery just to see the damage difference?
Yeah, you can go to a
Yeah, yeah.
lower corruption.
hmm
Yeah, thanks, Waro. I think you're right, Zidios. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense what you're saying. Yeah, it's not for the farming. It's more like it's kind of like the
Challenge,
ladder
yeah.
thing. The ladder thing, it's not fun. The
1.8.
arena ladder, I don't find it fun at all. It's more for
Oh,
the challenge.
40.
And so it was 1.1 before. Now it's 1.8.
Yeah, because I'm standing closer. That's why. It's skill with distance. So no, I haven't took it out yet. So let me take it
Oh,
out
okay, okay, okay.
for you. Just by
So
taking that point off,
1.8.
I will actually do more damage. Nope, actually that took.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's so
that eight.
buggy, man.
Oh, actually though, the eight the shot. So actually I have to stand in another place to test this.
Yeah, the arcing is nice. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
So I might have to re-level up this to 20 because I can't even because that wouldn't let me show the difference there.
Here we go.
Because
2
yeah,
mil.
but
That
this
is not
is
a big
around 2 mil.
difference.
Yeah, it's not a big difference, but at max, because yeah, it's a very like 5% ish. I think I did the math earlier. Just by not having that point, it's like
2
around
mil.
like 5% more
Interesting.
damage. But the main difference is that having the extra point in here.
Let's try and
That's
get that
that's
point. Can we go
yeah
on
yeah
corruption,
we can
whatever? It can be a
yeah.
lower one.
hmm Yeah, no, we can just play the same corruption. Doesn't even matter.
That's
You'll get to 20 pretty fast.
a good point.
hmm
Relic day tomorrow, apparently.
Oh yeah. More farming bases, I guess.
Tier 7 mana relic
Oh,
day.
there's a exotic. Oh,
Oh,
I'll
that's
go visit that.
see that should scale with corruption. There should be like 15 exalted helmets dropping out of that, man.
Oh yeah, I feel that too. Like
Come
it's
on.
right now it doesn't even scale. I think they buffed the frequency of them showing up slightly higher this patch, but and I don't like I noticed it a little bit, but beyond that, I think it's still kind of lackluster for like target farming stuff. It's
Yeah,
still not as
yeah.
great as temporal.
And the fact that it's independent from corruption, I think it just really doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Especially like stuff like idle, those should be really like you might not be able to make a case for the items, but like for idols and whatnot,
Yeah,
those really should be dropping a lot more.
yeah.
hmm
Maybe they do that one day.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you think this build is viable? No, it's not gonna be viable. I wanted to try this build, but with
Uh-huh.
like the crit version of it, but
Ah,
it
so
doesn't
like
work very well.
so the with the one with lost knowledge and not using crown.
Well, even using crown because it gives you a ton of crit multi, right?
Ah,
But
the
it
crit
doesn't work
version.
very well.
Uh-huh.
Just because the
Uh-huh.
reason this build works is because you
Uh-huh.
have leftover damage that you can leverage because the stuff stays on the
Yeah,
ground.
yes.
Whereas
Uh-huh.
if you're doing crit build, you
There, there we
cast
go.
yeah. Sorry, you cast your
Uh-huh.
teleport, you cast your crit attack, and then for 4 seconds, what do? You don't do anything. You don't do damage.
hmm
It's not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, this build is actually just it's great at pushing corruption just because of that. It has like you do your damage super fast, like in one setting, like it takes no time, and the rest of the time you can focus on dodging all the mechanics and not getting hit.
Hmm. Yeah.
Most of the builds cannot do that because they need a little bit of time to actually do damage, or either being melee range or something. So,
Yeah. They
but,
need to sit still and then they die. Tier 7 cold
hmm
damage.
hmm Yeah,
And I
there's another similar build that's also stacking mana, but using Lost Knowledge. I think that one will be the best sorcerer build for Arena Ladder.
you
So
mean with
basically, with Lost Knowledge,
Glacier?
you drop Crown and you use Glacier for trash clearing, but you still use Orb. So like
Yeah.
you only use Glacier to sustain mana, and you dump the rest of the mana into orbs.
Hmm. Okay.
But the only difference is that you cannot run increased cost. So you cannot run a recurse shield or a gate staff. So your
Oh,
damage
okay.
potential is definitely way less. But it's still decent amount of damage from orb just because you have a bunch of mana. And also that build should have more sustained survivability. So this build
50k
has a
ward.
has a large amount of VHP pool, but there's no like in combat there's no recover of that resources.
You
Unlike
need
other builds
breathing
where
room, yeah.
yeah, where they have leech and whatnot, they can always have sustain their HP pool back up during the combat.
Hmm.
But with this
Hmm.
build, you pretty much cannot do that. So that I guess that's a point of balance for this build. Like even if it has a really large HP pool, it's balanced by not having the ability to recover that resource during combat, basically.
Gotcha. Yeah, but the other build can't make to 2000 corruption.
I guess. Yeah, maybe not. Because
You,
yeah, usually they will run into damage issues.
yeah.
With this build, yeah, the damage is definitely the it's pretty free. It's on all my items. I don't have to build damage at all, other than I guess my wands, wand
Yeah.
and staff. But other than that, no need to
Whoa.
do anything. Oh yeah, that was a big everything. Why is everything res? Yeah, big lag spike there. There's no celestial helm. Yep. Yeah, it takes like sometimes takes a really long time for it to finish dropping. But yeah, let's show you on the dummy.
Okay, let's see what the. So we had
Uh,
2 milk ticks before.
Uh-huh. Yeah, 2 mil ticks roughly. Yep. And now it should be around 2.9, 2.8, something like that. And I have to aim it in a particular direction to actually get to that dummy. Oh, actually that was too far. Let me try it here. Oh,
There we go.
2.7. I guess that's slightly
2.7.
older. Yep, 2.7. Yep. That's like
See?
roughly 13 1.31. Yeah, see that 2.8 now.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. The math there
Yep.
doesn't quite add up. So it must
Yeah.
be that the slower movement adds some
Uh-huh.
damage. It must be.
Yeah. I think the reason is because the square, the whole square
I think
thing.
so.
Yeah, it's because 1.9 squared divided by 1.6 squared is exactly 40% ish.
Yeah.
1.4 ish. So
Can you?
so
Yeah, let's
mhm.
see the staff. Oh
Yeah,
man,
this
this is
should be
gonna be
around
epic.
around 4 mil per tick.
Boom.
Yep, 4.2. Yeah, there you go.
4.2.
Yep. Yeah,
And
you
it,
definitely gain a lot of maximum damage potential from not using Stone Burst for
yeah.
sure.
And that is one cast.
One
No
cast, yes.
shock, no lightning res shred,
Uh-huh. Yeah, no shred
no,
because I'm
yeah, no
running.
nothing.
Yeah, running mana blessing now. Yeah, no, definitely nothing in that department.
That's
Yep.
insane.
Yep. The distance scaling was definitely very good.
And they fixed that in 0.9. That wasn't there when I made the build guide, I
Uh-huh.
don't think, right?
Yep. Even point blank, it's like still like 1.3 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is roughly around the same amount of damage when you're using Stone Burst, right? I think.
Yeah, I think
Right,
so.
on yours, but I guess I have more mana in this
Yeah,
case.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, the distance scaling
2.7.
is definitely like very noticeable. Like you just have to walk a little bit further and like it's instantly a lot more damage. Oh, that one's stacked there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Like it would. Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Anybody got any questions?
Yep. Questions?
That was pretty epic, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for showcasing that. I think this might be my last Epoch YouTube video before I switch to D4. I'm gonna put it together, just what we went over now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know.
Be the send off for now.
Exactly. I think this is a proper send off.
Yeah.
2000 corruption.
It's also your build, your favorite build as well. And,
it is my favorite.
This is all your idea. I only improve on it, so it's all. I do not take that much credit.
No, I love it when people improve on it, man. That's the beauty of the game, At the end, all of these builds are like the iterative effort of like 10 different people. Mm-hmm. One person adds a little bit here, one other person adds a little bit there, and then we get 4 mil ticks.
Yes.
It's pretty sweet. 2000 corruption, though. You took it to another level. That's for sure. Well done. Well done.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah. No,
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. It was my pleasure to showcase the build.
Yeah. Take it easy, man.
Yeah.
I'll see you.
Have a good day.
We got a sub. Thanks to you. Take it easy, man. Bye. I wanted to see it for a while, too. It's pretty sweet, isn't it? 2000 corruption. I didn't even know like that was doable. I've seen a bunch of builds using certain bugs, like the Flame Wraith bug, getting up to 1600 corruption, but you can see that he's doing 2000 corruption legit. No bug abuses. The freeze thing, he wasn't using it very much against mobs. It wasn't a must-have. He could tank a bunch of hits. My poor Spellblade, on the other hand, can't even tank 100 corruption. Sad times. All right. Yeah, I think this is my last Epoch stream, guys. I'm going to try and do a Diablo 4 stream just to plan out my build and go over what I'm thinking for launch for whoever's interested. But yeah, last Epoch is going to take a back burner, and I'm sure I'll be back eventually. But it's when they release some big patches, that's going to be tempting. We'll see how the cycles go between D4 and last Epoch. And there's another game I want to try in September. Endless Dungeon of the Endless or whatever. Anyways, I think that's it for me for today. But thanks everybody for tuning in. And thank you for watching the 2000 Corruption Showcase. It was fun. I hope so too, man. Thank you. Take it easy, everybody. Go chiso sama deshita.